The SsangYong Rexton 270 XDI evaluated after 12 months of testing. We chalked up 50,000 kilometers on all kinds of surfaces with the exotic SUV from Korea. The all-wheel drive Rexton brings 163 horsepower from its diesel and a comprehensive equipment package for just 35,000 euros. Reasonable in comparison with the European middle-class SUVs like the BMW X5 or the VW Touareg. It's Korean under the skin, but well-dressed by the Italians. The designer was Giorgio Giugiaro. His achievement was to give the 4.79 meters long vehicle a truly European off-road look. It's a bit unusual, but when you take a second look, quite attractive. The equipment level is first class. Leather upholstery and air conditioning are included above the S model level. The fake wood veneer, however, looks cheap and spoils the otherwise well-realized interior. There's room for 930 liters of load in the back, all of 1,500 when the seats are removed. Off-road, this automotive nobody is superb. The driver can switch to all-wheel drive, call on reduction gearing, enabling the Rexton to surge ahead even when the glowing is difficult. With its rigid axle, there's greater articulation than rivals, more comfort-oriented models deliver, and this gives better contact with the ground surface. With minimal overhangs front and back, the Rexton can handle steep gradients without leaving paint scars or a trail of plastic in the way. This is why it scores higher in terms of off-road capability than many SUVs made in Europe. But, after all, how often do SUVs find their way off-road? Most of the driving is on asphalt, and on asphalt the Rexton is not particularly brilliant. The steering gives hardly any feedback, and the suspension is too hard. The slightest bump in the road is felt immediately. The Rexton's motorization is a 2.7-liter turbo diesel, a design licensed from a motor developed by Mercedes in 1997. The Korean 5-cylinder version is not that of the old ML270 CDI, but of the even older 290 diesel. An important criterion with off-roaders is their suitability as towing machines. We hooked the Rexton up to a 3.5-ton mobile living room. The claim is that the SUV can haul 3.5 tons, but the common rail diesel was more sluggish than we had hoped, although in general towing characteristics were satisfactory. In the deep midwinter, heavy snow and the Rexton's windshield wipers going mad. But the SsangYong workshop solved the problem fast under the guarantee. Springtime. We're off for a shoot in Croatia. Nice to have a comfortable seating for such a long trip. The SsangYong Rexton turns out to be an ideal long-distance cruiser, keeping up a good speed without complaint. Close to its top speed of 177 kilometers an hour, it gets very noisy, though. Croatia welcomes us to its postcard landscape. We arrive at our goal in fine form and note that our average fuel consumption was 8.6 liters. A Rexton is a well-equipped individualist of a vehicle with good off-road capabilities. Weaknesses are the rough-shod suspension and the poor quality of some of the materials used in the interior. Used 2005 models with 50,000 on the clock can be had today for 15,000 euros. But if something more up-to-date is what you're looking for, there was a facelift for the Rexton in 2006. Here we tested the top diesel XVT with 186 rather than 163 horsepower. Price tag, 40,000 euros. The interior is spacious and user-friendly. The instruments are easily read and the controls easily operated. The standard equipment includes automatic transmission, steering wheel-mounted commands for the audio system, and cruise control. Since summer 2006, all Rexton models come with ESP. In spite of all the chrome and piano lacquer shine, the Rexton doesn't really give a high-class impression. But the electrically adjustable leather seats, included as standard, are a joy to sink into. Cargo space is one of the Rexton's strong points, 935 litres, growing to 1,524 litres. The design by Giorgio Giugiaro remains another plus point. Just a pity that the chrome grille is so reminiscent of the Mercedes M-Class. 19-inch rims comes as standard on the XVT. The strongly accentuated wheel arch housings go well with the short overhangs, and you can stand 1.90 meter tall under the open rear door. Again, this is a Rexton which is happy to go off-road. On the highway, the steering is too indirect, the suspension still too unforgiving. But for just rolling along a smooth road, it's not bad at all. Spacious, cheap, and able to tow 3.5 tons. These are the Rexton's claim to fame. You get a whole lot of car for your money. For 40,000 euros, you can't even buy an entry model made by SsangYong's European competitors.